Ignore that this is the same outfit as last week. I don't care. I look cute, so I'm gonna film a ton of videos in it. So a while ago, I made a video where I talked about how I'm worse than you because of all these unread series up here. Where today, I'm better than you. That's right, you heard it. I'm better. What you gonna do about it? How am I better than you ask? Or probably not? Indies. I own a ton of indie books. These two shelves here, all indies, some other ones scattered about. And today, I'm gonna show you every single physical indie that I own that I haven't read yet. Because this is my way of like slowly showing you all my completely out of control physical TBR. Because that I'm definitely worse than you. But I'm better than you because I support more indie authors than you. Nananabooboo. I'm just kidding. That's like my one trophy I can have. If anybody can beat me though, like I'll do a tally. I don't actually know how many are on here, but there'll be a little counter on this video. And if you have more physical, I'm not talking ebooks, I'm talking physical books because I've got more ebooks as well. Physical, and you beat me, crown goes to you. But for now, crown is here. So, I'm gonna be better than you for now. Give me my one moment of self-esteem, okay? It doesn't come around very often. Also, before we get into this, I do want to say how I accumulate these all. I'm not just like buying straight off of Amazon or anything. Most of these indies I've picked up because I go to conventions, so sci-fi, fantasy, literary conventions, even anime conventions. Any kind of convention I go to, there's usually authors there. I go and talk to those authors, and that's how I pick up the book. Sometimes I'll do an exchange book for book as an author. Sometimes I will just buy it because like, dang, that sounds really interesting. So if you're ever going to conventions and stuff, there's usually authors there. Go talk to them because it's really hard to sell our books and it's exhausting behind the table. And I mean, even if you don't have the funds to, you know, spend money on books or anything right now, just come talk to us, because in a big convention space like that where most stuff is mainstream media, having anyone interested in your original work is just like, food for the soul for us. That's what keeps us motivated, is having people be interested in what we're doing. So if you can, pick up a business card, check them out on their socials, just chat with them, see how they're doing. And you know, that's how I've made some of my greatest friendships. That's how Tycho and I became friends. I just went up and talked to him at his table. That's how Ian and I made friends, because Ian came up to me and talked to me at my table. Like, that's how a lot of my friendships have actually happened now. So go talk to the people at the conventions and say hi, and they will tell you about their wonderful stories. Most of the time they're also interested in whatever you're working on. If you are also an aspiring author or an indie author, just please talk to us. We're so bored behind that table. All right, well, without further ado, let's look at what I've got. We're gonna kick it off with the Brady Von Alphys series by Tycho Dwellis. The pen name on here is Cassidy Dwellis. That is Tycho's pen name for the middle grade stuff. So I haven't read the sequels yet. I've read the first one, so here's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've got the Here Witchy Witchy series by A.L. Kessler. This is 3, 4, and 5, I think. This is an urban fantasy series that's super fun and clean, and like, if you didn't like Dresden Files because all the chauvinism and misogyny and stuff, then you'll like this. I've got T. Kingfisher's Paladin's Strength and Paladin's Hope. Yes, these are indie books. This is T. Kingfisher self-publishes these. I need the fourth one as well. Caroline Logan's The Sword of Light and the Spear of Truth. This is books 3 and 4 in the Four Treasures series. This is highly underrated. This is so fun. Y'all, this is so fun. It's like a fantasy epic adventure with romance, and it's so great. It's so great. It wouldn't be an indie video if I wasn't talking about Kendra Merritt. These are all part of the Mark of the Least series. I've read so many of them. This is what I have left to read, and I'm scared for the day that I finish, because this is really the last of the full series. This is a novella. This is an anthology, and I've read like 3 of them already, because I read 3 of the short stories that are in here on ebook already, so I'm scared to finish it because it's so fun. More short stories. This is Susanna Rowentree's Fairy Tale Retold. These are, I don't even know what numbers they are. You don't have to read them in order, which I definitely didn't. I read the last one, but I think I have 2, 5, and no. 2, 3, and 5? 2, 3, and 5? 2, 4, and 5? I don't remember, but these ones. Another one of my favorite indie authors is O.E. Tierman. This is a pen name for 2 authors, but this is their Aces High Jokers wild, sci-fi, dystopian, military, super gay books, and they're fantastic, and I love them so much. New World Ashes by Jennifer Wilson. This is the sequel to New World Rising, which really brought me back into the old, early YA dystopia book feel, and I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. Haven't read the sequel yet. There's also New World Inferno, which I don't own yet. So those are all the indie series that I'm currently in the middle of that I physically own. Now the rest of them. This is a gifted one. I believe Snazzy gave it to me. We have The Thicket by Noelle W. Eiley. Okay, these are all under 250 pages. They came from the small shelves. We have Good Bird by Nathan Harms. This is kind of poetic, it's not poetry, but it's kind of literary fiction. Silver in the Wood by Emily Tesh. The Bewilderness by Ben Reeves. We have these two by G. Owen Wares, which is The Pellucid Witch and Daughter of Agonies. I believe these are actually in a series, but yeah, they are 1 and 2. But I haven't heard anything about the next ones. And we have Devout, which is edited by Quentin Lee. It features a bunch of authors, including Ian, of Angel Anthology stories. These are all short books, so if you want a short book, pick up, there you go. The next ones I have pulled from my vlog shelf, which are all the books I'm considering reading for the Is This Book Good or Are You People Just Thirsty? I heard about all of these books from Book Talk and stuff, so they do have some power, some hype to them, but some you may not know. But we have A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. Haunting Adeline by H.G. Carlton. That one I'm scared to read. This one I'm also very scared to read. The Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. And then we have Fortuna Sworn and Slumber. I got both of them because I got a deal on getting both of them by KJ Sutton. I think those are all the books that are not on the official indie shelf. Now we'll go to the indie shelf. We've got our girl, Olivia Atwater with Small Miracles. Gunmetal Gods by Zamil Akhtar. The Coward by Stephen Arion. My Cat's Guide to Online Dating by Christian Baines. The Last Luminian by S.G. Blaze. Scales and Sensibility by Stephanie Burgess, another Stephanie. Master of Sorrows by Justin T. Call. Chunky. Feralia, the Revised Edition by Clint Casa, also chunky. Any Old Diamonds by K.J. Charles. The Boy with the Horns by Kay Anderson. The Persuasion of Miss Kate by Kathleen Baldwin. I accidentally picked this one up first. It's actually book 4, so I can't even read it yet. The next 4 are all by W.J. Cherf. We have Bowtie and Iron from the Sky. This is book 1. This is book either 4 or 6. I have the first and the last in each of these series. We have Hallowed Promises, and then The Magician's Tomb is book 1. What are you? Book 4. So this is a 4-book series. This is a 6-book series. But Lena gave me the last of them, the last books in the series, and then I had to go find the first ones. To Be a Fae Queen by Trisha Copeland. The Combat Codes by Alexander Darwin. The Triplets by Nicole M. Davis. Song and Flame by Stella Dorthwani. Court of Snakes by Tycho Dwellis. This is the limited edition original cover. I like to be proud of that. Miss Landon and Auburnale by Charlotte E. English. Over the Broad Earth Volume 1 by J.L. Fewerstack. Chunky. The Cryptid Catcher by Elijah Fisher, and the bookmarks just fell out of that. Cute. Cute. Got a trilogy here by Joe Fontana. I believe this is the first one. Brotherhood of Blood, City of the Dreaded God, and Rise of the Green Temple. Woo! Prince of the Sorrows by Kellen Graves. Wake of the Phoenix by Chelsea Harper. Tokyo Blood Magic by Travis Hierman. Minimum Safe Distance by X Ho Yen, which if you saw a while ago, I actually did an interview with X Ho Yen, a couple of these authors as well. I accidentally misspelled his name. There is a space between Ho Yen, so if you're trying to look him up, it's X Ho Yen. Okay. Marked by Fate by Jamie Hunt, another author I've done a TikTok interview with, as well as Kay Anderson. Obviously Tycho I've done one. And The Sun Goeth Down by Terry Mark. Viridian Gate Online Cataclysm by J.A. Hunter. The Oat Project by Janae Jackson. The Finding by Jenna Elizabeth Johnson. Blood of the Raj by Haley Ray Johnson, also a TikTok author I have interviewed. You can check her out. Dead End Drive by Ian Kirkpatrick. Wrought of Silver and Ravens by E.J. Kitchens. Master of Salt and Bones by Carrie Lake. The Matilda by John Gray Lang. Daughter of No One by Sam Liddell. We have Wolf's Pawn and The Marquessa's Necklace by PJ McLean. These are two different starts of two different series. The Golden Hourglass by Ben Mariner. Seeds by Chris Mandeville. Fae Queries by Zia Williams McKean. Deathless Beast by Andrew D. Meredith. I was actually on a panel with him. He's super cool. We've got a trilogy. This is by I.A. Mullen, and this is the Mystillion trilogy. We have Mystillion, Mayfair, and Red Sands. The Genesis of Seven by Sarah M. Schaller. Shiloh by Helena Sorensen. The Strange and Savage Life of a Brass Key Journalist by Aaron Spriggs and Brian Kaufman. Bitter Medicine by Mia Tsai. The White Mantle from Earth's Etheric Aegis by Valora Venn. Of Feathers and Thorns by Kit Vincent. The two sequels to The Gay Teen's Guide to Defeating a Siren. Book 2, The Siren. Book 3, Sanctuary by Cody Wagner. I just read the first book, which is why they haven't moved up to these shelves, but they definitely need to. Sword of Kaigan by M.L. Wang. Chunky Bitter Souls by L.A. Morton Yates. And the last two I just received because I subscribed to Rainbow Crate, which is an indie queer book box. So we have Pirates of Eleutheria by Brittany Jackson and Phantom and Rook by Alina Isaacs. Woo! Okay, so those are all of the physical indies that I own, not including all of the ebooks. A lot of them are available on KU. I'll try to put as much information as possible in this video, but I don't know if I did or not. We'll see how motivated I was in the editing process. Am I better than you? Let me know in the comments. I don't actually think I'm better than you, just FYI. Just in case anybody's not understanding, the I'm better than you thing is sarcasm. Cool. Let's go out there, support your indie authors. Right now, the publishing world is wild, and the difference between indie and traditional is blurring like crazy. And there are so many indie books that deserve so much more hype that aren't what you're seeing in like kind of what the publishing world of fast fiction is becoming. And so if you're looking for something, if you're tired of hearing about like the same type of story that traditional publishing latches onto because that's what's generating sales, but if you're one of the people who's like, I'm sick of hearing about ACOTAR, give me something else, look to the indies. The indies have got you. A lot of the reasons where people look down on indie authors is like, well, traditional didn't want you, so clearly you suck. And that's not the case. It's because traditional was scared to sell them because they were weird and fun and different. So if you want stuff that is weird, fun, different, look to the indies. We've got you covered. I would be really silly not to mention my own books. So here's the Ashport Archive series. It starts with Search for the Phoenix, but it goes on for 4 books. It's a complete series, and it's weird and fun. It's different. And of course we have to mention the Humane Society for Creatures and Cryptids, because this is my new baby, and she's thick, which is one of the reasons traditional didn't want her, because she's thick. She's bigger than a standard debut for traditional, but she's fun and we love her, and there's Bigfoot in it who's amazing, so check her out. And everything I have is also on KU, but you can support the author directly, and the author being me, on my Ko-fi page. Which is, everything is linked below. Okay, cool. Enough with the weird self-promo. Let me know, what indie books do I not have that I need to get on my shelves? If you're an indie author, let me know. Let us connect, because I like connecting with other indie authors and seeing what you got. Because as you can tell, I like books. And yeah, hit me up. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye! sorry if I mispronounce names. I mispronounce words. 7 booktube,